live was just a little short because it was I thought it would be like he and she, but it was only he, and it was an odd video, so I decided to cut that one short. So this one should be a little better. My SD card is full, so I can't do too many videos right now. So I figured I'd do some lives just to kill some time here. I haven't caught up on some of Vanessa's videos in a while. So this one is titled "Pick 3 times the next big surprise is coming for you with fire." It looks like a mirror ball or whatever you call it. So let's check what she has to say about this.
Hello, all my beautiful little unicorns, and welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time that you're on my channel, my name is Vanessa, and I'd like to welcome you into the fam. So guys, in today's super accurate and timeless pick a card tarot reading, you get to pick 3 times in order to figure out precisely what the next big surprises are that are coming towards you. So allow me to explain to you how this tarot card reading works and how you can pick your 3 different parts in order to create your very own personal psychic reading.
3 parts. That's gonna be a long one.
To choose from these 4 groups that I have prepared for you right here. And don't worry, I will introduce you to each one of these groups in just a moment. And once you've received this very first round of your prediction, you get to click the timestamp below in the description box or pin to the top of the comment section where I have the timestamp for the segment of this
just
video.
Just catching up some of Vanessa's videos. I haven't watched them in a long time. She usually has some pretty good information.
Provide you with your very own personal
except for the last one
of round 2 and round 1 of your prediction. And then lastly, I have all 12 signs of the zodiac prepared for you.
Oh,
that's
12!
The third round, so the third time you get to pick your group. Simply click the timestamp of your zodiac sign and you'll be fast forwarded to the third and final part of your personal prediction about all of the next big surprises that are coming towards you. And I strongly recommend that you not only watch your sun sign, but also your moon and your rising sign.
I'll show you a moon.
Precisely to
it's
your
close to my Uranus,
so
too.
You will find that this pick a card reading is so highly personalized as you get to pick 3 different times. The amount of combinations are truly endless. So you really know that this reading is completely personal to you and the intuitive choices that you have made. But now enough talking, let's get into the first round of predictions. So the first round is based on these 4 groups, which I will introduce you to right now. Group number 1 corresponds to the Crystals, the Stone deck, as well as the Howlite Crystal Point. Group number 2 corresponds to the Wild Muse Oracle deck, as well as the Rainbow Angel Aura Quartz. Group number 3 corresponds to the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, as well as the Aqua Aura Quartz. And group number 4 corresponds to the Daily Crystal Inspiration Oracle deck, as well as the Labradorite Crystal. But the timestamps to all 4 of these groups, as well as the next groups that you get to choose from and all zodiac signs, can be found below in the description box, as well as pinned to the top of the comment.
Damn commercials.
There are tons of Earth Rangers. Hello, group number 3. Welcome to part 1 of your 3-part prediction about all of the next big surprises that are coming for you. You chose the Wild Unknown Tarot deck, as well as the Aqua Aura Crystal Point. This is a beautiful Aqua Aura Crystal Point. I will leave the link to this rare crystal below in the description box, as I do sell this crystal on my online shop. And you guys always complain that it's sold out very quickly, so don't say I didn't tell you. I still have a little bit of stock of this crystal. So if you feel very connected to this crystal of your choice and you'd like to add it to your collection, you know where to find it. So first up, we've got Justice for you, group number 3.
Justice! I need justice.
That are coming for you is that if you are in a legal situation or a disagreement that you feel as though you were losing, actually you're going to end up on top. I see that justice will be served, and also there are some situations in which you underestimated your luck and your position of power. You maybe also kind of underestimated how caring and giving certain people can be. For example, if you're in a difficult situation, like you have an issue with your car, you need to pull over, and you may not expect people to be as generous and as helpful as they actually will be, or you're in a difficult situation at your work and there's a coworker or even a boss who is more than willing to sit down and talk to you and find a solution. So I definitely see here that there are some surprises coming towards you that restore your faith in humanity. Next up, we've got the Ace of Wands, which shows me that you've got huge ideas, life changing ideas that come as great surprises
Huge. I
towards you,
got
group number
huge
three, because
ideas.
these ideas are so unique, and you understand that sometimes all it takes is a great idea as well as then executing that idea in order to change your entire
Excellence of
life and your entire
execution.
existence. And that's what I see coming towards you in the Ace of Wands, as well as here within the Seven of Cups, that it is completely your choice what you want to do with your life. And you're coming to this realization. It comes as a big surprise, especially if you grew up in a strict household with parents who are very controlling or narcissistic, or kind of already told you what route they want you to go down. And
Somewhat.
just thinking about culturally, for example, parts of my culture, there's this joke that if you're not an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer, you're automatically a failure. And I say this as a joke, but this is the case in a lot of cultures where it feels like you can't really choose a career. But I do want you to know here that it is completely up to you in the end to ensure that you're happy. And trust me, your parents, the community, they'll get over it when they see that
Get
you're actually
over
living your
it.
purpose. Next up, we've got the Daughter of Pentacles. Now, in the Daughter of Pentacles, I can see that you're just starting out something new when it comes to your career. You're starting out something on a completely fresh note that you've never tried before. So, switching jobs, maybe changing studies, or just getting into a certain field of work. And I want you to know that what really sets you apart from the competition is all of your innovative energy, your creative spark, the fact that you bring a
That's a
breath of fresh
spark.
air to situations. Don't underestimate that, because I see that surprisingly, you actually don't know your worth and your value in the marketplace as much as spirit feels like you should. I see here within judgment that that is precisely what goes on in your head. You can be a little too judgmental, a little too hard on yourself and your accomplishments
I
and
was.
the things that you feel you're capable of doing and the things that you're worried you cannot execute or you cannot properly deliver on. I can see here that you're underestimating your endurance as well as how disciplined you are compared to other people. I see that there are people who really look up to your emotional maturity a lot and who wish they had a little bit of that. And furthermore, as a big surprise, what comes towards you is that you will rise above any situation that wasn't meant to be, in a sense of actually being guarded and protected. Like if there is someone you're absolutely crushing on and infatuated with, and you wish you were with them, when it doesn't work out, it is actually you being protected from someone who's maybe toxic, who's maybe narcissistic, who maybe wouldn't have your best interest at heart. And this is something that you will only notice in hindsight. And in the moment, it may be difficult, it may even be painful. But group number three, sometimes these sacrifices need to be made in the form of not being in that relationship that you initially thought you wanted to be in, or not getting that job that you thought was your dream situation, in order to get something that's even better and even more destined to be yours. So, what comes as great surprises towards you is situations in which you thought you had lost or you were in a losing position, but actually you are in that position to be protected from something that isn't meant for you, that's actually on a lower level than where you're meant to go. Next up, we've got time to move on. So that is precisely what we've got for you, group number three.
Time
The
to
fact
move
that what
on.
comes as a surprise is that you have to cut your ties with a lot of people who are kind of stuck in a rut or
Yep.
who aren't as
Definitely did
dedicated
that.
to doing the inner work, who aren't as dedicated to growing themselves, to self development, and to ensuring that they stay competitive. Because there are some people where after high school or university, or we'll see that they kind of stop learning, they kind of stop dreaming, they kind of already have their life laid out in this cookie cutter way where you know when they're going to purchase their home,
NPCs.
have children, maybe do a little bit of traveling. And it's just this thing we've seen over and over again, and they're aware of it, and that's what they want to do, and it may make them happy. But the thing here is, in time to move on, you're moving on from anyone who is making you feel like being different is inadequate or makes something wrong or weird about you. I see that precisely here in the Four of Cups that we just received for you, group number 3. The Four of Cups shows that you're not entertaining those types of friendships where you get these kind of backhanded compliments or comments about, well, don't you think it's time for you to settle down or to stop dreaming or whatever the little dig, the little jab may be. I see here with injustice that really you don't need that. You need people in your life who are balanced enough to understand that they can live their life, their beliefs, their values. They can do all of these things that make them comfortable, but at the same time, they can also be supportive of the fact that maybe you want to live a more unconventional existence. Maybe you want to explore other
I'm
things to a
special.
whole nother level of depth before you settle down or do something that other people in your community or society would typically do. The Hierophant shows me that you are very different from most people surrounding you, and what comes as a great surprise is that spiritually you are actually seen as quite the leader. Whether you're religious or spiritual, or you're kind of just dabbling in different belief systems and figuring out what you really resonate with without putting pressure on it, I want you to know here that a lot of people look up to your open mindedness and your ways of being, and that comes as a surprise when you see that even in tricky situations, people are so willing to help you out and be there for you. The Chariot shows me here that what comes as a big surprise is that when you have these big life changing ideas and also ideas of how to make the field of work that you're in a lot better, you take the bull by the horns and you move forward with a lot of vigor
Right on.
and a lot of energy. The Chariot shows me here in connectivity to the Justice card that you can find work life balance while still being the one who drives everything forward more than anyone else, while still being the boss or the soon to be boss, and the person who just overall has like this big picture thinking for where to go next. In Queen of Everything, don't be shocked, group number 3, if you end up as the CEO or CEO of a big corporation or your own. If you end up being treated as the matriarch of your family, the person that people come to when they need advice, that people respect and look up to. Queen of Everything is a card that shows me here that what comes as a huge surprise to you is just how much more power you've got than you ever expected or have given your existence credit for. The Eagle shows me, in the end, there will be triumph over obstacles. I can see here that triumph over
I will be
troubles and obstacles is
triumphant.
something that you maybe didn't quite expect. You may have thought that there are some obstacles and some troubles where you will lose, or maybe you won't make it out the other end in such good shape. But group 3, you are really underestimating the positivity of these surprises that are coming towards you. I see here within the cobweb that you're protected from negative forces beyond your control. We can't make this up, group number 3. It's very clear that your reading is an exceptionally positive one when it comes to the upcoming surprises that are coming towards you, which is also why I urge you to make sure that you add on part 2 and part 3 of your prediction just to get a very clear image and picture of the surprises that are coming towards you.
I love surprises.
Now, confidence shows me here that because everything is going smoother than expected,
Confidence.
and in a way, you're receiving a lot more recognition than you ever thought you would. This is building up your confidence. This is making you understand that if you can do one thing, you can do another, and the next and
I
the
can
next.
do it
Like
all.
if you can, for example,
Full
build a
package.
business or get a degree, then you can do something even harder than that. You can get through even more complex or challenging situations. So sky is really the limit for you, group number 3. Within family, I want you to know that what comes as a surprise for you next is that there are some changes in your family. There are some changes in which you are actually taking steps forward a little bit more quickly than you ever thought or anticipated. This could be bonding with another person in the sense of starting your own family or growing your own family, but it could also mean taking on the role of a parental figure for someone younger than you, taking on the role of like a mentor, of someone who looks up to you, of a mentee that sees you as the queen of everything. And within the handshake, I want you to know that what comes as a huge surprise is that a meeting with a stranger could be so important and life changing, could completely catapult you and your career in a new direction, in a crazy big successful direction that you maybe never even expected. But we will look more into those details in the upcoming parts of your personal prediction. So, group 3, what I'd like you to do now is utilize the timestamp, and just like you did during the intro of this video, choosing one of 4 groups in order to receive the first part of your reading, you get to do this again. I've got a timestamp where you can head to in order to pick part 2 of your 3-part reading. So you tune into that, and once you're done with that, you click your zodiac sign in order to receive part 3, which is the final part of this
I think I did it right.
60 cc's. Uh-huh.
Hold on tight, and I'll catch you at the click of your zodiac signs timestamp. Hello, group number 3 of round 2
There we
of your
go.
3-part prediction about all of the next big surprises that are coming for you. You chose these spellcasting oracle cards in order to help guide you in the second, even more personalized part of your prediction. So we have one card that already popped out of the pile, which is the New Beginnings card. Let's add one more. We've got dreams. So you've got new beginnings to your dreams, group number 3. I can see that dreams you've had for a while that have not yet materialized, you are finding new ways and new beginnings to reach them and to get to them. So this will be a very interesting next couple months within your life from the moment of you receiving this reading. And I can see here that within career, these surprises and changes and these new beginnings have to do with your career, with your personal life and your professional life, and how that puts you in this little bubble of accomplishing your dreams
Bubble
and also
boy.
keeping your dreams safe.
Sup, Steve-O? What's going on, buddy? Finally stopped snowing here.
With unnecessarily negative or unhelpful energies. Within passion, I want you to know that because you never lost your passion for your dreams,
Have
you're
lots
being
of
put
passion.
in a situation where you can accomplish them through these new beginnings, through trying new approaches and being fearless and not giving up, which is really awesome for you, group number 3. And it just
Never
shows
give up.
how life
Never
can, in
give
so many
up.
ways, give you new opportunities to still get to where you want to go, even if you didn't manage to do it the first time or the first year around, or even years and decades ago. You may still do it later in life. Within strength, I can see that what comes as a huge surprise to you is just how strong of a person that you really can be when you're passionate about something, when you want to accomplish something, and when something is important to you. You've got a lot of passion for it, and also the strength to forgive those who have wronged you along the way. This is a very important kind of
forgive and then forget them. Move on.
Forgive and let go and look towards brighter, more beautiful future than to hold on to grudges and to
No
things that just
grudges.
make you feel bad or sad or down or like you were taken advantage of. So know here within your dreams and these new beginnings that because you're in such a good mood as you're finding ways to accomplish your dreams and
No
start
worries,
things
bro.
kind of fresh
Howdy.
out, which look more promising, you also kind of have it in you a lot more to forgive people who have
My
wronged you
SD card's
or
full, so I'm
situations in
decided to
which
do a bunch of
you
lives
were
today
in an unfair
on videos I've
disadvantage. It was
missed.
clear, but maybe nobody did anything or helped you. Maybe you were a little too shy to say anything. Maybe you were just a child and you weren't protected the way you should have been. But let's move further into your reading group 3. Next up, we've got success. Wow,
Success.
an unexpected surprise coming towards you is success, is that your fierce nature will be rewarded and that you will be living in a land of plenty of everything.
That looks
that
like
you need.
Hawaii.
A place that's comfortable, a place where you belong.
There's a panther in there.
In which
Maybe I'll have a
you
pet
can just
panther.
be the winner that you are. Group number 3. Furthermore, we've got miracles, we've got rainbows, mountains, a very beautiful scenery, and I just want you
wicked.
to know that what comes as an unexpected surprise
I'll
is not
definitely
just
be
a miracle,
checking that out.
but also a huge burden being released from you, a huge mountain, a huge weight that was on your shoulder that is being released like a leaf during autumn from a tree. So if you have been struggling with a legal case, or for example with financial issues, maybe you have been struggling with health issues or a family member has been, there will be this huge moment of release where this burden is gone. It's no longer something you're afraid of or overthinking or fearful of, because the problem is solving itself in one way or another. So this release comes as a big surprise to you, because you didn't expect it to solve itself or be over with so quickly. Now, it makes perfect sense why we've got the chrysocolla, which represents new beginnings, because after this release, after this miracle, after the end of this tough situation, you can start afresh, right? You have a completely blank slate to work with. And this ties in beautifully with our new beginnings cards as well, and the dreams. Your guides are kind of reiterating to you, hey, you're going to start afresh. There's going to be plenty of opportunities for you to still do certain things you wanted to do and thought you ran out of time for. And we've got the rhodolite, which stands also for finding a way to forgive. And we had forgiveness right over here within your
Lots
reading.
of forgiveness.
So forgiveness is a big one.
Double
for
the
you
forgiveness.
in order to trigger and initiate these new beginnings and be able to make the best of them. If you cannot forgive, you cannot
trigger
move on,
finger.
and you cannot make the most out of these new beginnings. So remind yourself how forgiveness is actually a tool for you. It is actually something you've got going in your favor. It doesn't mean that you're letting someone get away with bad behavior or with things that they shouldn't
Hell
have done.
no.
You're actually practicing forgiveness for your own good and for your own forward movement. Now, the King of Coins shows me that what comes as a big surprise is how you're leveling up in business and in your career, how successful
Lots
you
of
will
coins
actually
coming
be,
my
which you
way.
didn't expect, because maybe nobody in your family was ever this successful. Maybe you've never seen this level of success. And the Ace of Coins shows me that you are not going to be successful to this extent with the venture you're in currently, group number 3. It is going to be a new start, a new beginning. It's either going to be your next job, your next business venture or business idea that's really going to catapult you to the ultimate height of success you're meant to have in this lifetime. That doesn't mean that the success that you have now isn't valid or that you can't have success where you are right now, but I'm just saying the biggest portion, really the peak of your career, is going to be in the next venture that you're starting. But this one is already teaching you a lot.
Interesting.
And
Very, very
understand
interesting.
who you are and where you're going. Now, the Knight of Coins shows me that it's important for you to have fun. What
He's
comes
riding
as
a
surprise
frog.
for you is just how fun it can
Frog
be
looks like he's tired.
to
His
try new things
tongue's all the way
professionally.
out.
Just how silly certain instances can be, and the only thing you can do is laugh. Even if it's a challenging situation that you're getting through, like if you're working in a business where there's constantly drama between coworkers, maybe you're even being drawn into it, just taking a step back and looking at how tiny these issues actually are compared to maybe some
Save
other
the drama
difficulties
for
and
your
challenges that
mama.
people are going through or you're even going through. Sometimes it can just make you kind of laugh and smile and think to yourself, I don't need to take all this too seriously.
Definitely
Next
not.
up in the Knight of
Why so
Batons, I want you to
serious?
understand that what comes as a big surprise for you is that you are switching directions
She's
completely
riding
in
a
your career, and you're doing so
snail.
fearlessly and with
This girl
this
likes
strong
riding
conviction
things.
that you will be
Frog,
victorious,
a
and you're
snail.
probably right about that. We did have success within your reading. So moving into a completely different career field, a completely different position and job than something you've ever done before, and that's where you're actually going to thrive. So you just had to find what's right for you and then go for it in order to get to that ultimate success. But of course, that also takes a lot of courage and a lot of drive, which you have, group number 3, and you've proven.
Have
So
the
this is the
drive
second
and the
part of your
courage.
3-part prediction that I've received for you. And I really hope that you enjoyed it and that you found it insightful so far. But what I'd like you to
I
do
think
now
that's
is
how the
scroll down
line
into the
sounded.
description box or to the top of the comment section. Click your zodiac sign and you'll be
My
fast
zodiac
to the third
sign.
and final
Alright.
part of this reading,
We're
which is
here. Oh, there we go. There we go. Libra. Alright. More propaganda.
to connect with you during one of my upcoming readings.
Alright,
Hello,
third part.
my beautiful Libra babies, and welcome to
So
the third and
beautiful.
final part of your
So
personal reading
beautiful.
about all of the next big surprises that are coming towards you. So let's get straight into talking all things Libra. In case you didn't know, your sign is actually ruled by Venus. Venus is the planet of affection, attraction, aesthetics, as well as harmony and beauty.
Alright, well, I am beautiful,
very
so.
diplomatic, flirty, maybe a little indecisive, but very peaceful.
Diplomatic,
You're not the
flirty, and
type of person who
indecisive.
likes
That pretty
drama.
much
Now let's figure out what
describes
big
me.
surprises are coming for my beautiful, gorgeous Libra babies. First up, we've got leadership. You are taking the bull by the horns. You're taking the reins into your possession. And I see here that the more you do that, the more blessings you've got coming towards
Don't
you.
be less.
Maybe for a while you've kind of given other people the opportunity to lead more than you really should have. But I see that it's time for you to now step into your leadership role. I definitely see here within leadership as well as blessings that there are a lot of lessons that are coming towards you that you will thoroughly enjoy, and where you will see that you are so capable of being the person in charge, and you are so capable
Oh, another
of
drop
being the
card.
who others listen to and who others come to for advice, not just personally, but also professionally. You don't give yourself enough credit. I see here within relaxation and truth that the more you kind of learn to center yourself, because as a Libra you can be a little indecisive, but the more you learn to center yourself, the more you will actually see the truth about situations. And by truth, I mean, for example, giving yourself credit where credit is due, right? Not being so hard on yourself, and also not feeling as though everyone else kind of has the right to certain greatness, but not seeing that for yourself. If you have the same type of educational background as someone else, for example, and you feel as though they deserve a job more than you do, or they're more capable of it, they have the same experience, the same background, everything is very similar, that is where you have to say to yourself that there's maybe some sort of disconnect between how you see your abilities and how much credit you give others. And it's great that you never make others feel small or never feel as though others aren't capable, but you've got to do the same for yourself. You've got to hype yourself up too. You've got some great tricks up your sleeve as well, and you are not to be underestimated. But in order for other people to feel that way, you have to first feel that way about yourself. So you're putting out that
No
type
tricks
of
up them.
energy
At least
that
not
says
today.
to others, you know what? I've got some great things about me as well. Next up, we've got the journey for you. So for my gorgeous Libra babies, I want you to know here within the journey that a surprise that's coming towards you is definitely some travels that you didn't expect to some faraway places. And I also want you to understand here in the journey that this is a representation of what is to come for you in life. It's a journey that you might as well enjoy, and it doesn't end until you take that last breath. And the journey might as well be one in which you give yourself credit, you give yourself time to relax, you give yourself time to also be a leader and enjoy your blessings and give yourself the type of recognition that you've maybe been withholding for way too long. The journey shows me also that there will be a lot of great vacations where you can relax, where you can just
That
lay
would be
back,
nice.
maybe at a beach in a reclined
Relax.
position. And
In
within
the
crystal
nice
clear,
weather.
I want you to know that a lot of truths are very clear to you that are murky to other people. And that is a natural advantage that you have, that you can think very rationally, you can act very rationally, you can be the type of person who understands very clearly and very realistically what's going on. So you are a great legal guardian, a great parent, a great decision maker working in a field such as the medical field or anything that is high pressure and where big decisions need to be made pretty quickly or on a whim. I see that that is where you really thrive above any other sign, and that is where you can be a leader. You being in a position of power is very fitting and very good actually for whatever establishment it is that you're working in. Next up, we've got the best of you. What comes as a surprise is that actually you haven't even seen the best of you. We haven't even seen what you're capable of yet. We have just scratched the surface, my beautiful Libra babies. There's still so much to come, much goodness to come from you. That's what I can see here in the best of you. So many positive traits, so many ways in which you're stronger and more courageous than you've ever thought or than you've ever given yourself credit for. And so many ways in which you're going to surprise yourself so positively and be so proud of yourself. Next up, we've got shine. So there are definitely moments in which you can shine a lot more, in which you can feel more comfortable in your own skin, wearing whatever you want to wear, looking however you want to look. And I want you to know here within shine that what comes as a surprise to you is that the best of you is still ahead, and the prettiest, most vibrant, healthiest version of you also still lies ahead. So you haven't even had your best years yet, my beautiful Libra babies. They're still way ahead of you. You still have a lot of time ahead of you that you will classify as the time of your life, and that will be a very exciting period within your existence. So you have not even scratched the surface of your capabilities and of your life yet. And I do see here within new chapter that you are starting a fresh cycle that will surprise you in so many great ways, that will feel like it is a journey you have been yearning for, a journey that you dreamed of but maybe didn't think was for you or would happen for you. And it is also a journey of finding more relaxation, of finding more time for you to get to know yourself, to get to know how you can get out the best in you,
Get to know
and how
you,
you
get
can
to
really
know
shine, how you can put
all
yourself in a
about
position where
you.
you're of the utmost
I think that's
value
what
to
it is.
those around you and to the people who can benefit from your capabilities, your skills, the things that you're
I got
really good
mad
at. So
skills.
let's move a little further into your reading, shall we, my
Let's.
gorgeous Libras? So
Oh,
next
now
up,
I'm
we've got
gorgeous.
the
Wow, so
aquamarine.
kind.
Going with the flow comes as a surprise as you're able
Go with
to
the
do
flow.
so very easily, which is something you're not used to. Usually you like to be a little bit more in charge. You like to be a bit more diplomatic about things. So going with the
Sometimes.
flow is not your thing, but you're learning how
Definitely
to do
don't
it
like going
when
with the
there's
flow.
really no point in swimming against the current. So really it just ends up serving you. And in the golden healer quartz, I can see that there's also some opportunity in which you will open the door, so to say, in which you will actually invite more in. So for example, if you meet someone and they're talking to you about some sort of job that may be available soon, rather than just saying, oh, okay, that's interesting, you're actually inquiring more about it. You're figuring out ways in which you can maybe
Dropped
insert
another
yourself
one.
into that situation.
Right.
And I can can see here within the rat that what will surprise you actually is that there may be someone.
Oh, there's always a rat out there.
There may be a friend, a family member, a coworker who is actually a faux friend. And it's important for
Faux
you to
friend?
ensure that you
Faux
keep some
banner?
of your things private, your travel plans, doors
Lots
that
of
you
those
would like
out
to
there.
open, because they may actually be so jealous that they might try to sabotage it or just overall make you feel as though you're not as deserving. So trust your intuition. That's what the I stands for, and that's what your guides want you to know and to do. To trust your intuition, to know that it is accurate, it is here to protect you and to serve you. So use it. Make the most of it. Don't second guess it or doubt it. Don't try to rationalize with yourself, as you have more of the psychic ability than you've ever given yourself credit for, and it can protect you against people who are jealous or who maybe have their own agendas, as we spoke about in the rat. So, my beautiful Libra babies, this is the third and final part of your prediction that I've received for you. I hope that you enjoyed it and that you.
It was a lot better than the last reading. The title was, "How does he truly feel about you?" I thought she was going to do a he and she, but it was only he, so that was a quick one.
Snowflake down below to let
Snowflake!
me know
No more snow here today. Snow stopped. At least so far, the sun's out, no
I'd
snow.
like to thank you so much for spending
Another
this
great
time
job by
with me,
Vanessa. I'll be
and I
checking out
can't
another
wait to
video
connect with you
soon.
during
I'm
my
so far behind on her
upcoming readings.
videos. So
Hello, all my beautiful Scorpio babies, and welcome to